Hi, it's Alice from PCGamesN and I'm here with Matt.
Hi there.
And today we're talking about Overwatch's new PvE event, Retribution. So Matt, what is the event? Is it like last year's Uprising?
Yeah, quite a lot like that actually. So it's going to happen between April 10th and 30th. Nice. So you've got a fair few days to get on with that. But basically it is a PvE event set. It's in a new map. It's this Venice map called Rialto.
Looks beautiful. Yeah,
looks absolutely stunning. Like really different architecture from what we're used to. Obviously there's going to be canals that are running through. I can imagine there's probably going to be a few bridges to go over. Really nice kind of like tall, short sections. It's going to be really lovely, but obviously the important thing is it's not to play against other players on it, at the moment anyway. More on that later. It's a PvE event against Talon agents, so whereas last year's Uprising was against Omnic robots, we've got Talon, you know, the big bad guys of Overwatch, right? You know, the people that kind of like Reaper and Widowmaker are known for working for. Obviously this is set a long time ago, so this is actually, it's the Blackwatch team. Now, you might know that Blackwatch are the kind of like the Black Ops section of Overwatch. You know, they do the dirty work, essentially. So our team for this year is going to be Moira, McCree, Genji, and Reaper. And they're obviously all going to be in their Blackwatch gear. You know, you'll have seen quite a few of those skins last year, but the big new one this year is going to be like Moira. We finally get to see what she looked like in Blackwatch. And basically, so there's that's your team. Those are the 4 players that were players, but there's also going to be an all heroes mode, so you can put whoever you want in. New skins, obviously, that's the most exciting thing. So we'll get all of the skins that we had from last year back. That's the whole idea of doing these repetitive sort of events. As well as the Moira one, we're going to be getting a new Reaper skin, which is going to be based on his Soldier 24 outfit. Now, we don't actually know what that looks like, but it's part of when he was in the Super Soldier program.
Okay.
So maybe, you know, kind of like Strike Commander Morrison, the blue kind of outfit that you see Soldier 76 wear. Well, maybe it will be a bit like that because, you know, they're the similar sort of program and having the Soldier moniker. But yeah, so that is the basic premise. We're going to be going up against snipers, assassins, and heavy assault characters. You can see them in the trailer. They look really, really cool. Like the assault guys, especially, they've got them breaking open these guns, putting huge shells into it. And after this event, basically the Rialto map is going to get turned into a PvP map set in the sun, whereas this is a nighttime raid. This is going to be in the sun, and that will become a payload map.
That'd be cool. So Matt, what's the story?
So the comic that just came out, came out the other day, which is called Retribution. This has got all the backstory to what's going on in this event, because obviously these, like Uprising last year was very much about the story of Overwatch. You know, where that was Tracer's first mission. This is about a very special Black Ops mission that the Blackwatch team do. Why are they on this mission, Alice?
So you've got Widowmaker's husband, Gerard, who assigns Blackwatch to learn about the big Talon agent, Antonio, right? Sure,
yeah. Now, Antonio he's got lots of connections to the government, so Gerard knows that he can't just dispatch Blackwatch to assassinate him because there's too many ties there, you know, they can't touch him, he's too sealed down. What they do know, though, is that if they bring down kind of like the henchmen under Antonio, they can actually collapse his kind of enterprise and ruin him that way. So that kind of starts as the idea, but as Gerard is coming up with this idea, something goes pretty wrong, right, at the Blackwatch's base.
Yeah, so the Blackwatch attack injures Gerard in Rome, doesn't it? And it causes Morrison to arrange an unofficial strike on Antonio's manor in Venice. Sure, which is the Retribution mission.
So basically there's kind of a bit of an argument, right, between Morrison and Gabriel, who will go on to become Reaper later on, but him and Gabriel are like, we need to move on this guy, because if he's willing to attack Blackwatch, we need to do something about it. And Morrison's very much like, oh God, we can't officially sanction something like this. And Reyes, you know, being, you know, what we know of Reaper, he's got that kind of like, you know, he'll push and he'll pull. And he's like, look, we'll go in, we'll do something without anybody else knowing. We need to strike now. It doesn't matter if it's official or not. And you can see why Blackwatch has, when they were revealed, because Blackwatch is a super secret organization, and later on when they actually get revealed to the world years later after this, they're kind of torn apart by this. You know, they were a company that tortured people, that did all things, and you can see this. You know, this Retribution mission is going to be, they're trying to kidnap Antonio. What are they going to do to him? I think this is going to be a really interesting piece of lore, and the way that they're exploring it through the game mode seems pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. So the comic has kicked off a few fan theories, hasn't it? So maybe Reaper isn't the bad guy after all?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really interesting the way that as the comic's coming to a close, and as we say, like, this is an unsanctioned mission. They can't make it official. It can't be an official Overwatch mission because it is potentially going to involve kidnapping someone and torturing them. Yeah. But it's the way that those characters are interacting. Reaper very much says, I don't play by the rules. And maybe it's a case of they're not actually talking about this mission that we're about to go into. Maybe it's a commentary on something at a higher level. And what people are theorising is maybe them not playing by the rules and them playing the long game, as they point about, to ensure kind of Overwatch's stakes, is that maybe it's a case of that Reaper is going into Talon to become a double agent.
Nice.
And so obviously we know Reaper now, you know, years on from when he was in Blackwatch as this guy, you know, he's a wraith, he's in Talon, he's going around with his big shotguns messing things up. Maybe the reason why he's doing that is because he's actually feeding information back to Soldier.
Yeah.
And you know, kind of like maybe a lore event, maybe this time next year when we get our next lore event, maybe that's going to be something that's set in the present day, which is like, oh, it's the reveal that people in Talon are actually double agents. Maybe it's just Reaper, maybe Widowmaker, because, you know, Widowmaker had that connection to Gerard, you know, Gerard being the leader of Blackwatch, sending people out on missions. Yes, she got brainwashed by Talon, but maybe that was all set up. Maybe we're about to reveal that there's actually a bigger bad guy than Talon after all. Maybe it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe thing where there's actually like a Thanos sort of character, and it's not, you know, everybody thought that was Doomfist, right? But maybe it's someone else. So yeah, I'm hoping to see a bit more maybe next year or maybe over future comics.
It's all quite exciting.
Yeah, really exciting.
So will everything from last year return?
Yeah, as we'd expect from these kind of events, we can expect everything from last year to come back. So we're getting Uprising back, which is Tracer's first mission. We'll be getting all of those original Overwatch uniforms for those guys. So plenty of opportunities to get those skins that you missed out on last time. You know, I definitely missed out on a few.
Yeah.
But the other important thing is the way that this is being packaged now. So yes, this event is called Retribution, but it's part of Overwatch Archives, which is going to be a larger sort of thing going forward. So it's essentially, imagine we're going into the archives and picking out past stories from Overwatch. So we've already had Tracer's first mission with Uprising. This is the new one, which is the Retribution quest. Who knows what we'll get next year, but we do know that Overwatch Archives will be this returning sort of thing. So hopefully way more lore. Like, there's plenty that I want to know about Overwatch. I'm sure that you've got plenty of questions.
So many questions.
You want to know what D.Va was up to, right?
I do.
I'd really like to imagine like D.Va and like all the mechs going up against the Omnics. That would be really cool. But yes, that's what I want to see. But who knows what we'll get next year. But we do know that this is recurring.
So that's episode 65 of Overwatch This, and that's everything we know so far about the Overwatch Retribution event. If you like what you saw today, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.